Hey guys, welcome to my new journey on Mounjaro terzepatide or trizepatide, however you say it. But welcome to my new journey on Mounjaro. As you know, and if you've been following my last few videos, I've been on Zepbound for about 7 months, and then due to insurance reasons, I had to change over to Wegovy, which is a semi-glutide, for 1 month. Didn't finish the full pack. If you watched my last video, you know. And then now I am back on terzepatide, which is Mounjaro. It's not Zepbound, even though I wish I was on Zepbound. For some odd reason, insurance just won't let me do Zepbound, but they're letting me do Mounjaro, which is a great thing as well because it's the same exact thing as Zepbound. Same terzepatide, is just specifically labeled for diabetic patients. But you guys, it's the exact same thing. So welcome to another journey. It is so crazy. Like I was saying in the last video, crazy that I've tried 3 different GLP-1s within a year. Yeah, crazy. But it's a good thing at the same time because I get to share this experience with you guys. I'm sure somebody else may be going through the same thing. And I just want to share this with y'all to let y'all know the ups and downs, side arounds, because life curves with Chase, literally y'all. But welcome to my journey. This will be month 1. I am doing the months by boxes. So a month is usually about 4 to 5 weeks, but usually 4 weeks. But since it varies by the month, I'm just going to do the months by boxes. Technically, this will be my 9th box of GLP-1. My GLP-1 journey in December of last year, and then I started on Zepbound for about 7 months because I stopped Zepbound like mid-July, which is when my box ran out and the whole insurance thing came apart. And then I started Wegovy mid-July until August, like now, right? But I didn't take my last shot of Wegovy, so y'all gotta watch the other video to get the tea on Wegovy. And now I am on Mounjaro, which I do take my first shot today. In my last box on Zepbound, I was at 10 milligrams, but she's not going to start me that high on this terzepatide, which is Mounjaro. She bumped me down a level at 7.5 milligrams, which is still very good to me. I feel like on Zepbound, 7.5 milligrams was one of my best doses. Zepbound was the same color of 7.5, which is the green. Now, to get into a little of the approvals, just to give you a little recap on how I even got back on terzepatide Mounjaro with my insurance through Caremark, and I'll probably have to do a separate insurance video in general. But with my insurance, in order for me to even get back on a terzepatide or even try to put in a prior authorization for Zepbound, I had to try Wegovy, which is what I did. I really did not want to change or try Wegovy in general because I don't want to go back and forth, right? But I figured this is my journey. I get to share this experience with somebody else. Somebody else may be going through this, and so why not try it, Chase? So I tried Wegovy, and I'm not gonna say the biggest mistake, but the biggest and best mistake, because that's me trying Wegovy, is what allowed my doctor to put in a prior authorization to even get on a terzepatide, which is Mounjaro. But today is shot day, August 20th. I did weigh in this morning at 244.6. The lowest I made was at 240, and I was on Zepbound, I believe. When my last dosage of Zepbound, I was at 240, guys, but I am back up at 244.6. So let's see how much weight I can get down for these next 4 weeks on Mounjaro. Nevertheless, let's get into it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back on this, y'all. I feel like this whole month of being on Wegovy really just was wasted time. Like, I have goals. Like, come on now. Now, I want to say one thing, you guys. I had many comments on my last video on basically I do not have to pinch the injection sites. I did not know that, guys. Like, I'm a visual person. Do I like to read instructions? I mean, who does? You know what I'm saying? But I basically followed I followed these instructions, guys, and I don't know what made me pinch the injection site. Maybe I feel like I didn't have a good grip. Somebody, or really a lot of people in my last video under the comments said, babe, you ain't gotta pull the fat and pinch and take the shot, okay? And I was like, all right. It was like more than 5 of y'all. So I'm like, all right, y'all, I got y'all. So I'm not gonna hold the fat and puncture myself. I'm going to just put it on the skin, and pull the lever. Okay, so thank y'all for that tip. I really enjoy like you guys comments. I may not be able to answer all of the comments all at once, but I will definitely get to all of y'all comments. Okay, just note that. Now let's go ahead and get into the shot. I'm so glad to be back to this literally looks like Zepbound, y'all. This looks like Zepbound is just named Mounjaro. Literally the same thing, guys. Literally the same thing. 7.5. I can't stop staring. I'm just so happy that it's not Wegovy. I'm so happy, y'all. But let's go ahead and get into the shots. I'm going to start with my stomach as my injection site. And drinking my fiber, I've been getting in fiber as naturally as I can, so I don't anticipate constipation off the bat, but we'll see. Zoom in so I can give y'all the full look on the shot. We're gonna do this area. Now y'all said not to pull the fat, so I'm not gonna pull the fat, but let's go ahead and get into it. Alcohol wipes. I'm gonna do this area. Let my shot sit out for at least 10 minutes like I used to do with Zepbound. Unlock, pull the cap off. And now I'm so used to doing this, y'all, but I'm gonna live it free. I'm gonna let it free and just hit it here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know where it's at, guys. Oh, it's right here. That's literally it, guys. Ooh, ouch. So that was my shots. I'm done with it. My first shot of Mounjaro at 7.5 milligrams. I'm so excited to start this journey and of course to continue my weight loss. Now this solely does not help me lose weight loss. Let me make that clear. This solely does not help me lose weight loss. I have to again continue maintaining my healthy eating habits, maintaining my physical activity that I do 5 to 6 times a week. I have to maintain those things. So just to keep that in mind, that yes, I am using this as assistance, as a little boost to help me on my weight loss journey, but you do have to continue working on your eating habits, your diet, incorporating physical activity, whatever that looks like. The best thing you can do for yourself is to at least move your body daily, is try to move it daily, if not a couple of times a week. That's the end of my first shot, and I'm gonna do my first weigh-in tomorrow morning before the gym. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Good morning, y'all. It is August 21st. I'm about to go to the gym, but before that, of course, let's weigh in and see where we are. I went down 0.6 pounds and I'm at an even 244 pounds. So I'm glad I'm going down. And I did take a bowel movement this morning. It was a little tough, but it wasn't bloody. And I pooped out 4 little pebbles. I'm just glad that I'm pooping again and I'm on tirzepatide. It is August 22nd. It's a little update. I did have a nice bowel movement this morning. It came right on out. Had a few pebbles, but a log too, so that's good. I know that's TMI, y'all, but this bowel movement was not painful at all, so I'm happy that I'm having regular bowel movements now, so that's a good thing. Good morning, y'all. It is Monday, August 25th, and just to recap, over the weekend I had pretty much a bowel movement every single day. Like I had little pebbles. They came out as little pebbles. It wasn't hard for it to come out or anything, so I had pretty normal bowel movements since I've taken the shot. So basically every day. It's really good. I'm about to weigh in before I head to the gym, so let's see where we're at. The shot is doing what it's supposed to do, okay? I'm at 240.5. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Back down to 240 and I'm very excited. So, yeah, 240, y'all. I'm eating it. Okay, I'm excited. Tuesday, August 26th, and let's weigh in and see where we're at. Y'all, not me making it under 240. I went down a whole pound. And I'm at 239.5. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. Y'all, I'm under 240. That is such a blessing. I never, as far as I lived on this earth, ever remember being under 240. Sure, as a kid, hopefully, but I do not recall being under 240. My heart is pumping. I cannot believe that. I'm so excited. If it wasn't so early this morning, I would scream, but I can't wake up my neighbor, so I'm gonna just keep smelling hard. And that makes me want to go hard in the gym. So let's go gym. It is August 27th. It is shot day. I do take my second shot of Mounjaro later today, but let's go ahead and weigh in and see where we're at. No way. No way, y'all. Y'all, there's no way. I can't even believe it myself. Somehow I lost 2.3 pounds in one day. That's wild. I am shook. 237.2. Like, soon enough, I'm gonna be out the 230s. That's amazing. But I take my shot later today, and I'll talk to y'all then. It's the end of the day, and before I forget and fall asleep, let's go ahead and take this shot. This time I'm gonna do my arm. As y'all know, I have lots of stretch marks all throughout my arm, so we'll see if it's still painful. Y'all did say don't pinch my skin, so I'm not gonna pinch my skin, but I still have a lot of stretch marks. So I'm gonna try to find an area that doesn't have stretch marks. Yeah, no, I don't think I have any, y'all. I literally have stretch marks going from the top to the bottom. So I mean, shots still may hurt, but let's go ahead and do it in the arm area. Let me see. Yeah, girl, stretch marks all the way down. Okay, maybe safe about right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna do about right here. Right there. Put that bad boy on lock. Still a little wet. Yeah, this is still gonna hurt, but let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, y'all see the little blood? Oh, it's stinging kind of now though. Ouch. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. Close my arm looks so big, but it's literally, look at that. And the muscle is just under there. Like, it'll be gone one day. Through plastics, you know. That's the end of the shot. Pain level, I give it a 3. Initially, it wasn't hurting at all, but after the shot, like after the 10 seconds, about 15 seconds, 20 seconds later, it's like stinging, which is odd because I already took it off by then. So pain level, definitely not bad at all. So I'm glad that I went down a little further because I'm used to doing it up here, which as y'all can see, all of my stretch marks are up here. Well, majority of them are. So I'm glad I went down a little and it didn't hurt at all when I initially pulled the lever. It did not hurt at all. I actually wouldn't mind doing the arm. I've done the stomach and this is the arm, and then next week I'm going to do my thigh. Like I told y'all earlier, I lost 2-point-something pounds, y'all. Like, that's a lot. That's over the average that you lose on tirzepatide, or that when I was on Zepbound. So I want to say this is the most that I've lost. When I was on Zepbound, I think the most that I lost in the week was like 2 pounds or 2-point-something. And I probably have lost, how much have I lost this week? I've lost about 3 pounds or so on Mounjaro so far this week. I thought Zepbound was that girl, which she is, you know what I'm saying? But it's just interesting on Mounjaro that, you know, I'm having this much weight loss. Of course, a factor as well is how I've been eating. I haven't been cheating myself like I have been over the summer during the week with my meal prep, so I've been staying consistent with that. Baby, it's go time. I'm locked in. But update, guys, literally since I took my first shot of Mounjaro last week, I've had a bowel movement every single day. Every single day. And it wasn't painful. I think the day after it was a little painful, but no blood at all. But after that, y'all, smooth sailing. I've literally been pooping little pebbles, a lot of little pebbles, maybe a TMI. So I can say I'm having a normal bowel movement. And this is the first time like every single day for a whole week that I've had a bowel movement since I've been on GLP-1. I think definitely water plays a part. I've been increasing my water, and I've also been increasing my protein through my protein shakes and my protein waters. And I'll have to do a supplement video later because I literally get all of my fiber, hydration, protein water, protein shake, all that from 1UP Nutrition. And of course you can use my code here if you want to support, you know. I literally use that daily faithfully. And the pre-workout, y'all, like when I go to the gym, I use all of their, like, it's an amazing brand. And I don't say that often about supplements in general because I'm very picky. But make sure you check them out, and I'm gonna do a separate video actually on that specifically. I've been doing great with increasing my water, no lightheadedness, no dizziness. I feel amazing. I feel amazing to be under 240. Oh my gosh. And for some reason I feel like I want to say 340, but baby, we're under 240 and feeling amazing. Thank you, Jesus. Good morning, y'all. It's August 28th. It's almost the end of the month, but let's go ahead and weigh in really quick. Y'all, 236.8. I cannot imagine, like, I'm in disbelief. I can't even speak. I am in disbelief. It is August 29th and I take my final weigh in today for the week. So let's see where we are. At 236.4. So I think I did really well this first week of Mounjaro. I took my first shot of Mounjaro on the 20th, and on the 20th I weighed in at 244.6. So let's do the math. 244.6 minus what today? Wow. So that's a total of 8.2 pounds within a week. Yeah, maybe a little over a week because today's Friday and I took my shot Wednesday, but it's 8.2 pounds so far on Mounjaro. And y'all, it's September 3rd. Let's do a quick little weigh in. At 235.3, I'm down 0.3 pounds. Today is shot day and I'll show y'all that later. Today is September 4th, actually Thursday, September 4th. I was supposed to take my shot yesterday. I decided not to take my shot because I knew I was going to be indulging in alcoholic beverages at the Breezy Bowl yesterday. So I decided not to do that along with taking my shot, even though there aren't any like interactions that I saw just based online. I just didn't want to take a medication technically and drink alcohol as well. So I decided not to take it yesterday, but we're about to go ahead and get it in today. I know I did my arm last week, right? My arm last week, I did my stomach the first week, and now we're gonna do my thigh, my outer thigh. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do this area here. And I don't have any stretch marks here, so I usually don't feel any pain. Cap, unlock in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I kind of bled a lot on that one, y'all. I don't know why I bled so much on this one. I must have moved and kind of nicked myself. Yikes. That is shot number 3 of this pack. I started my time of the month yesterday, and usually around that time I don't see any weight loss, or I may even see weight gain. Like I barely see, I may see a 0.3 may go down closer to the end of my period. 9 times out of 10 it's either staying at the same weight or I'm gaining and not really seeing any like weight loss until after my period. So it just started yesterday. Again, no high expectations, so it is what it is. I will weigh in tomorrow morning to give y'all a weigh in and see where I am, even though I am on my time of the month. But we're gonna positive thinking, guys, positive thinking. So Side effects lately. Oh, one thing I need to note or let you guys know is that cravings. With Mounjaro, even though I am on my period, of course my cravings are everywhere, and I craved freaking sweets, freaking tacos. Like, I was craving that like yesterday and the day before. So even on my period, my cravings still come back. And even though I am taking GLP-1, my cravings are there on my period, but only like a few days before it's time to take my shot. Now, if my period is not on the way, then I will say the day before it is time to take my shot, I experience like cravings, like sweets or like some chips or something, but it's not intense as I would have thought it would be. Probably because I am at the 7.5 dosage with Mounjaro and not the lowest dosage. I remember the lowest dosage on Zepbound, I was definitely still craving stuff. I think it was like a day to 3 days before it was time to take my shot. So it's not like that with Mounjaro. So the cravings have been actually really, my appetite has been suppressed on Mounjaro for sure. The only day is the day before my shot. I may like get really hungry out of nowhere, and that's when I know it's time for me to take my shot. So that's the only thing. To constipation, I honestly probably only experienced it like the day after I take my shot, like for a quick second, and I was on my first shot of Mounjaro. The second week I didn't experience any really, to be honest. And then this week, I'll see how I feel tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, but I've literally been taking poops, guys. I've been taking dumps. Like, I didn't take a poop every day after the second shot, but I have been having normal bowel movements more than norm. So I think that's a blessing. I continue to take my fiber intake with my 1UP products, and then of course naturally water intake has been good, protein has been good, especially since I did partner with 1UP Nutrition. It gives me the opportunity to like try other products that I haven't tried with them before. So they have this clear protein that is very, very light, and I don't usually like thick protein shakes at all, to be honest. And with their clear protein, I can literally just get some water, put a scoop in there, and I'm drinking. Like, it's really good, and that's 20 grams of protein already. And I do that, like, I have to give y'all my routine later, but my protein intake with adding 1UP supplements has been amazing. I may do a video later, which I think I will. Burping is still there a little, but it's not as intense, and sometimes it hits me randomly. So I just don't know with the whole burping and releasing gas. It's just like my doctor said, just might be a side effect that I just have to deal with. So burping, nausea I haven't really experienced. I'm thinking about it. I may randomly, I think maybe once throughout the almost 3 weeks I've been on Mounjaro, I've experienced nausea. And it was just like a random, like, oh, I just ate, I'm thirsty, I took a sip. And that could have been a thing of itself as well. So it possibly could not have been because of Mounjaro, but because I drank something so quickly after I ate. So that was the only time I experienced it, like a little nausea, but haven't experienced it, to be honest. I think that's it for now. Like, positive side effects is weight loss. You know what I'm saying? Weight loss. So that's the end, guys. That's side effects. That's a shot. Oh, the only other thing that I forgot is keep in mind, like the first week on Mounjaro, I was losing a lot of weight. I actually dropped quite a bit the first few weeks on Mounjaro. Just to also be very transparent with you guys, I did start around the same time of Mounjaro, literally probably the same week or the week before. Yeah, I think it was the same week, but I started a ADHD medicine. So with that medicine, it does cause me to lose weight as well. Just to keep that in mind for people that are on ADHD medicine in general, you know your side effects, but for mine, it can definitely be weight loss. And since I have that, and then on top of that, taking GLP-1, taking Mounjaro, the weight loss can be double. So just keep that in mind, and I'm being transparent with you guys to let you guys know all the things that could be a factor in my weight loss journey in general on GLP-1. So just let y'all know, me and you, we here. But that's the end of my little update, and I'll weigh in the morning to see where I am. It is September 5th. I'm literally just waking up, but we're gonna go ahead and weigh in and see where we are today. So this is why I don't like weighing in while I'm on my time of the month, because I gain like pounds or pound. Like, I'm irritated, and this irritates me even more. Gained 1.7 pounds. Yeah, 2:37 even. Good morning, y'all. It's Monday, September 8th, and I'm ready to weigh in to see where I am. Over the weekend, I did have some sweets, and it's my time of the month, so I definitely had some sweets, some wings. Surprisingly, it didn't make me go to the toilet bowl like it has in the past. To weigh in and see where I am today. Let's get into it. That's surprising. So surprisingly, I lost weight, 234.8. That is very surprising. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm not complaining, but that is very surprising. I lost a whole 2.2 pounds since the last time I weighed in. Thinking about it, yes, I did have some sweets, and yes, I did have some wings over the weekend, but I barely really ate. I wasn't really hungry. Stomach was cramping and stuff because of my period. So it's probably why, but I also did work out over the weekend. I did some hot sculpting. The day is September 10th, and we're gonna weigh in. Gained 0.8 pounds, so I'm at 235.6. 235.6. Today is shot day. I do have my checkup appointment with my doctor on Friday, so I'll take y'all along on that because this is the first month on Mounjaro, and today is today is my last shot. Today's my last injection, so we'll talk about going up to the 10 milligrams or not. I think I'm doing okay at the 7.5 with Mounjaro, but I do think I want to go up to the 10. Oh, I do want to address some comments that you guys had in my YouTube. My 8th month update on Zepbound, you guys gave a lot of great tips. The thing that stuck with me is the arm injection. A lot of you guys said that I'm injecting in my muscle, which is why it hurts so much. Y'all are probably right. And so they said to inject in the back of my arm. So I may do that tomorrow, but I do need help with that. So I may not even inject in my arm, but thank y'all for the tip on that because I guess I didn't realize that, that's why I hurt so much. So, and another one is somebody mentioned to not measure by like the amount of bottles when it comes to my water intake. So yes, I definitely have my hydro jug or my Stanley on standby daily, using it every day. So that was a great tip because I do measure my water intake by bottles. But yes, I do put the bottles in a container. So I'm doing way better with my water intake, protein intake as well, because I use 1UP Clear Protein and their whey protein faithfully every day, because that's the quickest way for me to get all of my protein in early in the morning, and then I drink another one later on in the day. That's a little update. Side effects, I haven't experienced any constipation lately, but still just the burping, and somebody mentioned that is an indication of digestion issues. So talk to my doctor about that. Only side effect, guys, I'm really doing great on Mounjaro so far. No intense side effects at all. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later today when I take my shot. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. It is September 11th, and yesterday was September 10th, and I definitely forgot to take my shot. I was so sleepy after work, y'all. I basically showered and KO'd. So let's go ahead and weigh in and take my shot right after. Y'all, I'm at an even 235. So here's when, of course, I have the same issue of somehow my sound is not on, but I did go ahead and take my injection here, as you see, in my thigh, and it was bleeding a little, so I put a little band-aid on there. Now it's September 12th, and I went in for my doctor's appointment where I weighed in at 237.3, and I just had to check in over my Mounjaro, any questions, and as you can see, I'm showing you my fit here, but of course I didn't get to record that. Now it's September 17th, where it is shot day. I did take my injection on Instagram Live, so here's a clip of me taking it on the left, but on the right I'm also showing you my body and how it looks right now, and yeah, still thick. September 19th, I'm weighing in, and I weighed in at 233.4. I went down 0.2 pounds. Here I had to take my shot while I was in Houston, so I did travel with it, and I took it on the 24th. And I weighed in again on the 26th, and I weighed in at 226.1, y'all. Down 7.3 pounds. Mind you, I hadn't weighed in since the 19th, which was a little over a week, but I was so So shocked, y'all. I wish y'all could hear the audio because I literally almost cried. So that same day I had an appointment with my dietitian. My sound was unfortunately not working. I hate y'all missed it because we did talk about fiber, protein, and water, which relates to GLP-1. So here are my weigh-ins. October 1st, I did weigh in at 225.1. October 6th, I did gain about 3 pounds. I weighed in at 228.4 pounds, hence the face. Then October 9th, I weighed in at 227.6 pounds, so I went down 0.8 pounds. Later that day, I did take my last injection in this pack of Mounjaro. I decided to do my thigh area, but I still bled, not as much as last time, but I still bled quite a bit. So as you see, I put my little band-aid on there and went about my day. Today's October 14th, and I've recorded about a good two to 3 weeks worth of updates for you guys, but unfortunately the audio was not working. So finally reached the 220s, I think about 2 weeks ago. So I've been kind of steady in the 220s. My eating has been the best on the weekends mostly, and I just haven't had time to cook as often as I would like, but I am back on it. So I'm about to weigh in, but before that I just want to give you a little update. So far, Mounjaro, I have been doing really good. I finished my second pack of Mounjaro last week. Haven't had like really intense constipation. I may have like a little constipation the day after, but it's not like a normal thing. So I like that I haven't had as many side effects as I would have Zepbound or Wegovy for sure. So Mounjaro has been doing its job. It has been doing amazing. I have no complaints at this very moment. No complaints. I really like Mounjaro, and even the comments on like my socials, they're like, Mounjaro is that girl, okay? And I'm just like, gotta be, because not only am I maxing out my weight loss, I'm not experiencing hardly any side effects. I don't know if it's because I've just been kind of steady on the 7.5 and I'm not increasing my dosage. I don't think I'm going to increase until I hit my 1 year, which is 2 more months. So I'll be on 7.5 for a good 4 months. But this is my end of my second month on Mounjaro. So it's been really good. I have had barely or really no issues with the stomach injection, so I'm pretty consistent with that. Occasionally I did the thigh injection last week. It was very painful. I will say, you'll see that it kind of bled out, and I think the injection kind of came out a little, so I put a band-aid on it and hopefully it sucked it back in. Or at least dried up. So the thigh shots have been a little painful. I don't know if it's because I'm like on my muscle area, but I try to go to like my fats area and inject instead of like my muscle, but I guess I'm not doing it right. So I pretty much am gonna stick with the stomach injection because I haven't had any issues. I still have not tried my arm injection just because I've had pain in the past and it's just a lot of stretch marks, but I may try it this 3rd month, okay? I may try it this 3rd month for this 3rd box of Mounjaro. The only other side effect I've experienced is dry mouth, but that could be due to the medication I told you guys I'm on, like the ADHD medicine that can cause weight loss. Like I told you guys before, like it suppresses my appetite, and also it causes me to be very thirsty. So you can experience that with the GLP-1 like Mounjaro, like I have in the past on Zepbound. So I think those two together is really what's causing me to have like a drought a drought in the middle of the night. So I get really thirsty randomly at nighttime, so I keep me about 2 bottles of water on my side of my bed just so I can gulp and then go back to sleep. So that's the really only side effect with Mounjaro. Oh, and of course the ongoing side effect of burping. I'll finally get I forgot the name of it, finally get a whatever it's called, where they check my digestive tract to make sure everything's good. My bariatric doctor like suggests that 5 years or 4 to 5 years after bariatric surgery. So I'm gonna make sure everything's okay just in case, because I do still experience the burping, not as intense as I was a few months ago, but I think me over the summer, the side effects kind of increased because I wasn't eating as good as I could have. So that's a factor. So I'm working on like eating better and making sure that I'm drinking a lot of water, protein, fiber for sure. I'm still using my fiber supplement with 1UP to make sure I get all of my fiber in. I did record my nutrition visit, but unfortunately my mic was not working at all as well at that time. So that very much saddens me, because we talked about a lot of good information for you guys. So I can kind of give you a little insight on how my eating habits are and what we're working on this month. My fiber, it has to increase, like it needs to increase a little more. I'm doing the supplement, but I haven't been doing as much fiber in my foods as I should. So one of her goals is for me to get fiber in my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I started eating like oatmeal and putting like almonds on top, so I can get a little fiber there. And of course I'm doing my fiber supplement, and then of course like my veggies and stuff throughout the day. So my next visit with her, I'm gonna make sure the mic works, because so y'all can get a little insight on that. And yeah, that's a little update. Those are really all the side effects I've experienced so far with Mounjaro, and it's very, very, very little. I almost want to say I don't have any side effects. That's how small it is. So it's really just the burping, dry mouth, and very, very low constipation the day after. It literally goes away within that day. So I'm doing really great on Mounjaro. I'm really glad to be back on tirzepatide in general. So that is the end of my 2-month update on Mounjaro, and I'm going to give you guys a final weigh in on where I am for how much I've lost over the last 2 months and a few, because we're about to weigh in. Okay, and this will be the last weigh in of this update. So let's get into it. I'm weighing in at 226.5. I went down 1.5 pounds from last week. Let me go back and see how much I lost altogether on Mounjaro the 2 months that I've been on it as a whole. August 20th, I was weighing in at 244.6. September 10th, I was at 235.6. Total weight loss for the first month on Mounjaro is 9 pounds. So from there, which day I'm weighing in at 226.5. So I lost a little over 9 more pounds with the second month of Mounjaro. So my total weight loss for 2 whole months, or 2 whole boxes of Mounjaro, is 18.1 pounds. So that's a lot of weight for 2 months, and I'm very happy. Like, that's crazy wild. So I'm very grateful and thankful that I literally hit my next goal of reaching the 220s. I think the lowest I reached, and I'm gonna share this with you guys, the lowest I reached was on October 1st at 225.1, and then I gained weight between stress, you know, and stress eating. When I say stress eating, is even though Mounjaro is like suppressing my appetite, which is another thing I have to bring up. Even though Mounjaro is suppressing my appetite, don't eat, which is not good at all. But when I do eat, it's not what I should be eating. So I was kind of relying on my protein waters at this time, but I still wasn't eating as much protein as I needed. Hoping to get out of the 220s within this next month or next box on Mounjaro. One other thing I want to bring up before I end this is the appetite suppression. It is not as strong as a 7.5 on the Zepbound to me. I feel like I get hungry like 2 or 3 days before it's time to take my injection, sometimes a little more before that. So it's good and bad at the same time, because although I am hungry, like get really hungry or maybe craving some sweets, say it's good because it helps me control like what I eat and cravings, and like kind of be mindful eating while I'm hungry, if that makes sense. So that's something to note on Mounjaro. Appetite suppression is not like in full effect like 2-3 days before it's time for me to take my next injection. So I feel like it's not as strong, but it's still there, especially right after taking the shot, which is why I'm like, I'm gonna probably increase it around December. I don't feel like I need to increase it right now, like my dosage right now. So I'm gonna stay at the 7.5 2 more months and then go from there. That is the update on 2 full months, 2 full boxes of Mounjaro, and my total weight loss of 18.1 pounds. That's so great. I'm excited to be in the 220s. It feels really, really great. My body is feeling amazing. Yeah, I feel great. This is one decision that I will not regret, never have regrets, and something I wish I had done sooner. So enjoying life as it comes and enjoying the weight loss, and continue to work on my habits. That's eating, mindfully eating, that's my nutrition, water, all the nines. So I'm continuing to work on those things, and I'm really just happy and proud of myself, you know what I'm saying? If you have any questions for my next update, make sure you put it in the comments so I can answer and address those in my update and review on GLP-1s. And yeah, Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Bye.